Hey, so hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Danny, and today I'm focusing on the indoor project that I've been thinking about for a while. And main reason for that is an outstandingly dangerous heat wave that's currently in Texas. It's also touching parts of Oklahoma and Tennessee, I believe, but triple digits. Unsafe to be outside during daytime. Nighttime temperature drops to maybe 90 degrees. Impossible to go out to do any of the gardening tasks that I have. But this is my new project. All right, so here's the deal. I have always been into effectiveness and efficiency, and my line of work is business process management. So that has to do with the quality of the processes, mostly in software development. That's where I've worked, also in finance. But the main goal of everything that I do basically is to improve the ways that people work, so we can all complete more tasks in a given amount of time, but also to make us happy. Because, and that's my own kind of take on that, it's not a very business language per se, but I do believe that people do a much better work when they are happy with what they do and how they do the work. So happiness is not the end goal. At least it's not to me, because if I think of a life, for example, the end, we all know what the end is all about. So that's definitely not the goal of the life, it's the process, right? And making progress during that process, that's what scientists are saying makes us happy. Making progress, right? So no matter how many projects I have ongoing, if I notice that I'm making progress on each one of them or some of them, that's what makes me happy. And when you think about it, but to me, this statement is true. So to manage those projects and to actually notice that you are making progress is a way to be happy, feel happy about them. So I want to feel happy, and what I'm using is a combination of several methodologies that I've used at work. It all started for me with the waterfall software development methodology, which was adopted mostly from construction. You kind of have to follow the waterfall because you can't do certain tasks in construction until you're done with other certain tasks. So it does have to be in stages, one following the completion of the other. Then Agile came about last century, long time ago. Agile was trying to improve that stage-like methodology to make it more iterative. And Kanban is there, and a whole variety of methodologies are there. So I created a combination that works for me. It uses some parts of each methodology, but it's super simple. This dashboard that you see behind me is something that I've created, and it says to do, it says in progress, and it says done. So basically what I do is I use simple stickers to create that right on my wall, so I don't have to punch holes in my wall or get a whiteboard or anything like that. So it's easily done, easily removable, rearrangeable. And then I'll use the medium-size stickers for those fields here, and basically it's pretty straightforward. And here's the logic behind that straightforward task management for most efficiency of my project. First, I call it brain dump. I dump everything that's on my mind onto a sheet of paper. You know, just no other simple sheet of paper, put everything that I'm thinking about, whether that be gardening tasks, finances, work-related items, and it's called a backlog in the methodology. And once I think that I have listed everything that I need, I go ahead and categorize it. So I have gardening task, for example, that will be project number 1, new video. Project number 2, taxes, that's finances. Project number 3, car payment, that's finances again. Project 3, shopping, well, that's a maintenance task. Truck shopping, well, nice to have, but that's a separate project. A job search, project 6, and so on, right? And then once I identify the tasks that belong to the same project, I can group them. And those tasks will be related to that project, and I can try and create the stickies for each of those tasks. Now, I usually try to break down the tasks as much as possible, but it's important to be done with that phase of categorizing, just so I know which stream of work, which project I'm working on. And that's because I like to multitask. So I'll have different color of stickies for different projects, and all of them will go in the to-do bucket here. And once I'm ready to work on a certain task, and it's important for it to be a task that I could complete in, let's say, 30 minutes, an hour, it has to be a small enough action, because if it's a big thing, like filing your taxes, for example, well, that might involve many other separate small tasks that I might not be able to complete all in 1 hour. As an example, I'd like to focus on a new video, the one that I'm creating right now as we speak. I see it complete on 4 major tasks, for me at least. One of them is plan. So I put plan on a sticker, and I put it here in the to-do bucket. Then it's a prep task, just separate from plan for me, because planning is more about an idea and what goes into the video, and then prep one is more about specific components. So this task is a larger task because it decomposes the plan task, elaborates it, makes it more clear on what the video is going to consist of specifically. And then the next task here will be to shoot the video, and that's what I'm doing right now. But initially we'll go in this bucket, right? And then there's a 4th task for me for the video creation, is to edit, right? And then edit and post, you can separate those two as well, but all of those tasks are gonna end up in the to-do bucket for me first. Then I'm gonna go ahead, and when I'm ready, I'm gonna start planning my video, my next video. And let's say we're not talking about this video, we're talking about a next video, right? So once I have a plan figured out and worked on, I can move it to done, and only then I can start a waterfall task, which is the prep. Because until I know what my plan is going to be, the subject, the insides, where I'm shooting, what I'm shooting about, I can't really prep it. Once the prep is done and I have some sort of an outline of what my video is going to be, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it, right? And I move it into the in progress. And that might take more than an hour, so this just will stay here until I'm done with that sticker. And obviously I cannot edit it before I shoot it. I can start with certain parts, but before the whole filming has completed, I cannot move on to the next task. But let's say I'm done with the shooting and I move edit here, and that's just one project, and usually I'll have other tasks sitting in this backlog, and until I'm ready to start working on them, they're just gonna stay here. But once I'm ready, I'll put them in progress. Same way, because I like multitasking, not to be bored with just a single project. It's important for me to have several different projects on the board at most of the times. And a super important part, and I can't stress that enough with software development, that people kind of get to know that on trial and error basis if they don't trust the methodology in the beginning. But that task really has to be pretty small in as far as the time consumption is concerned. Like, it, for work, you have like 8 hours a day that you work, right? So if you estimate to complete this task in 2 hours, it's a good task. But if you estimate to complete it in 16 hours, then obviously it's not going to fit into that 8 hour window. So you're going to have to break that task into smaller tasks. And you do that all the way until you are at an increment that can allow you to complete that within the time frame given. So this method has helped me tremendously, and I don't know about you, but my brain is very agile, and it keeps going and going and going and going. So maybe once a week or so, I just sit down, I pause, and I dump everything out on a piece of paper, and then I look up in the categories and I try to just organize it in a manageable manner, right? And also to make myself realize that I am making progress, that I have things to be appreciative of and happy about. Um, it's sometimes difficult to kind of stray yourself away from complaining about this hot weather and not being able to go outside and breathe some fresh air, and 90% humidity and triple digits all driving you nuts, right? But at the same time, there are a lot of things that are working out in my life. And when I notice them, when I work and focus on those things, helps me be happier and feel happier.